I think we can all agree that this year has been a bitch. An absolute bitch. The lockdown sucks. We can't see each other. The worldwide pandemic. It's just... This year hasn't been great for anybody, really. Personally, I've been locked in this room pretty much since day one. I very rarely went out anywhere. I think since March, I've been out of the house a total of 10 times maybe. And that's when lockdowns were less restrictive. But things over here haven't been all bad, you know. I started off a new channel. Who grasped? Who grasped? And because of the lockdown, no conventions happened, so I was able to buy some new gear. Basically, all of my convention fund went on that. Which, by the way, if you like cars and stuff like racing, then you should go and subscribe there. Yay! But yeah, this year sucks. And I want it over already. That and the US election was a few days ago, and I've tried my best to stay offline completely. Mainly because me personally, I like to keep myself politically neutral. I don't support any political movement or political party, anything like that. I just don't get involved. Because what I've seen from people who are mainly political, it brings out the worst in them. It makes people really ugly. And I've been down that road. It made me a horrible piece of shit. And I don't want to ever do that again. So, yeah. Also, before we get into today's video, I want to show you something. Oh, yes. Oh, my head's been cut off. We have new merch, doggos! It's available now. There's a link down below to my collection with all of the promised vast array of designs. And yes, more designs are going to be coming. And yes, I designed all of these myself, with the exception of a few. This one that I'm wearing, the art was drawn by Ice Doggo, who is an exceptional artist, and I highly recommend you go and give him a follow over on Twitter. There is a link in the description. And yes, he does take commissions. And yes, he does do raffles. And not only that, we're finally releasing hoodies as well. You hear that? That's the DIY that's going on in the house right now. And yes, we have special... And yes, we have special hoodie designs just for the hoodies, like this one. This one is called For the Fans, and it is made up entirely of art that you guys have drawn for me over the years. It is an absolute gem. And yes, they are signed by me. I wanted to do something that I felt was nice for you guys and show my appreciation for all the love and support you've given me over the years. So why not make a merch design made up entirely of the fan art that you have given me? Because I shouldn't be the only one who's allowed to see that fan art. Everybody should be allowed to see it. So yes, if you want to snag yourself some of my sexy new merch, then there is a link in the description down below. Go get yourself some. Right, okay, let's do this. QnA, no limits, here we go. Illusion Kit asks, why am I sticky? Because you failed No Nut November. You need to wipe yourself off after you're done. Oh shit, I just realized these tweets were taken from last month, the beginning of October. I really need to keep on top of this kind of shit. Oh, Daddy Duke Doberman asks, if you had 4 dicks surrounding you, how would you handle all 4 at once? I really regret putting no limits in there. But if you don't know, when I tweeted out the Q&A things, I said, ask me whatever you want, no limits. See myself backtracking that slightly. Well, to put it bluntly, Duke, I think more than one can fit in one hole. Also, side note, Duke, when can you let me know when lockdown's lifted over in the States? I want to come and see you. I miss you a lot, you know? We still haven't Random Call Sign asks why. Now you see, Random here is asking the right questions. Because we ask ourselves every day, why? Just why? And I've got absolutely nothing else to add to this. Kaladin Azza asks, when are we gonna get more Mersuit content? I don't know, when I can be bothered. I mean, I could be like the Zoe Burger bitch and fucking say, like, you get nudes at 1 million subscribers. Can I just also point out, like, as a side note to this kind of question, I know Kaladin isn't doing this, he's genuinely having a laugh, but there are some other people around on the internet that think it bothers me. Like, they sometimes come into my streams and, like, donate money to say, like, oh, I've seen you sucking dick and shit like that, or I've seen porn of you and stuff like that. What have you got to say? And they think that they think that's gonna stumble me like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm so, like, get a grip on yourself, man. I'm a fucking grown adult and I fuck whatever. They expect me to like act shocked or worried or caught off guard and like, really? That's the best you can do? Yeah, I'm sorry that I'm a grown adult that makes his own decisions and has fun. And I guarantee you that those kind of people are the ones that wank over it every fucking day. So fuck it. Here's your Mersuit content. There. My dick is out right now. There you go. Mersuiting on YouTube. Confirmed. But also, can I just point out something, okay, about the furry fandom? Okay, as much as I hate the furry fandom now, and I just don't want anything to do with it, I have noticed one thing that has gotten better. The kind of acceptance of Mersuiters in general. Because I remember there was a time in the fandom where they were a big taboo, and everybody got super defensive, like, oh, that's not what we're all about. And Mersuiters in general were kind of like ostracized almost by the people who have sex with their hands the most. But now, though, it's kind of like, yeah, so what? Do what you like, have fun. Well done, furries. You done good. I'm proud of you. Well done. If you had the choice to either observe the future of our world for all eternity and all alone, or learn every single secret this world has to offer in one day but not be able to tell anybody, what would you choose? I wonder. I would pick number 2, purely because it seems to follow along the rule of sure, don't tell. While I would learn all the things, I'm not allowed to tell people. But that doesn't say that I cannot show people so they can learn for themselves. Because when someone gets to see and do and experience all the things, instead of just being sat down and told it, it's far more effective. It's like describing a movie to somebody versus going to the movies to see the film. Actually, do you know, it's exactly like that. You can go to see the new fucking John Wick movie, whatever. You are not supposed to tell anybody about that because of spoilers. However, you can take that person that you want to tell to the movies so they can see it for themselves. Thinking man here. Corey, would you be making a fursuiting in Grindr Part 4? Difficult question because since I'm kind of no longer part of the furry community, the idea that I have for Part 4 kind of requires me to be at a convention, because I don't want to do the same shit over and over and over again. Part 1, we were trying to discover what it was like in general. Part 2, we decided to see if we can try and find any fursuiter on Grindr. Part 3, we went to a fur convention. Part 4, we've got to go the extra step. And part 4 would be going to a convention and then inviting said people over to our room to come onto the episode. That's how it would go. Romy Lion asks, if you could move anywhere in the world right now, no hassles, pups included, where would you like to be? All the best to you. Honestly, because of how shit everything is in the world, and it's only getting worse, like the past 5 years have been absolute garbage. People are kind of just going insane. People are getting so fucking upset over the mildest of things, and the way clout is made these days is trying to pull someone else down because they don't like them. What I would do basically is I would have my own private island. It doesn't have to be big. I would go to that island, I would throw away my phone, throw away my internet, and just live out my days, not be bothered by anybody and not bother anybody else. That's where I'd want to go. It would have to be somewhere relatively warm. Just spend my days in isolation in peace and quiet. That's what I would like. Who's your best fuck? Well, I can't tell you that because I haven't had it with him yet. If money wasn't an issue, what car vehicle would you buy? Anything from old Le Mans races to wacky 80s concepts. Honestly, I would like to have a JDM car, namely the Nissan Skyline R33 GTR. Nothing crazy, nothing special, but it's just a car that I really like. And my friend Xavier bought me this. A really, really high detailed model of the R33 GTR. I absolutely love this thing. Also, a small story about that little model. Okay, right. So my friend Xavier is a person that has everything, okay? Money isn't an issue. And I've, said to him for ages, if money wasn't an issue, I would have the R33, right? He says, don't worry about that. He bought me an R33 GTR. Except it was the model, not the real car. So technically, I am an R33 owner. I love you, Xavier. Hope you're watching. Just how's life been for you, dude? In general. And what good has come out of the quarantine for you? Has it allowed you to bond closer with friends? Has it brought inspiration to you and with your channel? Honestly, though, things have kind of just gotten worse. I'm not really motivated anymore. I wake up at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, which I really hate. I want to get up early, but does it? Okay, right. So real question: does anybody have any tips? You know, fixing a sleep schedule. When it's too early to sleep, I can't sleep, and when I want to try and stay up, then I get really tired, and then I end up sleeping until the afternoon. I hate it. Really, for me, things are just carrying on the same. I go racing, and I just try to keep myself to myself. But as soon as everything's clear, like the coronavirus has been beaten, I'm going on holiday. I'm going to somewhere warm. I'm going to sit on a beach, and I'm going to have a big fuck-off mojito and just watch the world go by. What's the one thing you regret doing in your whole life? Honestly, getting political. Like a couple of years ago, like back in 2016, 2017, I decided to add political elements to my comedy and my videos. And looking back on that, I cringe the fuck out. And it honestly brought out the worst in me. And I really, really don't want to have to do that again. Joining the furry fandom could be another one. It's hard to just like single out one thing to regret, because I have tons of regrets in my life. But then again, you live and learn. You make mistakes, you fuck up, you lose friends, you gain other friends, and that's the whole process of growing. What's the backstory on the scar on your fursona? Well, the blue scar, okay, there's actually a reason for it. This is here for a reason. Okay, so on this side of my real face, I actually do have a scar on my face. And how that happened is when I was 4 years old, I decided to come into my parents' bedroom one morning. I was jumping up on the bed, and then I somersaulted off the bed and hit my face off the corner of the bedside cabinet. Like full on jumped and hit my face when I was 4 years old. Yeah, that's there because of that. Just gonna go for a simple question. What's your type of ice cream flavor? See, I like this stuff. I like the simple stuff. See, it's a toss-up because it's either like, I'm not gonna like go for the wacky like Ben and Jerry's flavors like cookie dough, because cookie dough is its own thing. It's not an ice cream flavor, so to say. It's something that's in the ice cream. It doesn't flavor. It's vanilla ice cream with basically fucking cookie dough. So if it was up to me, it would be either mint chocolate chip or rum and raisin. One of those two. What is your favorite underwear to wear? Asking for a friend. Okay, so let's get the giggles out of the way. I like wearing jock straps, okay? Jock straps, for me, are just far more comfortable. Despite it being associated with kinky, you know, gay things and shit like that. Which I fucking love. I honestly find jock straps just to be far more comfortable and nicer to wear. Plus, it gives your ass some room to breathe, you know? And they look really nice. So if you guys want to send me jock straps and shit like that, then go ahead. Have you ever shot a firearm? Yes, I love guns. If I wasn't in the UK, I would own at least 10 guns if I lived in the States. In Los Angeles, I've fired a Glock 18, and in Arizona, I fired a Smith & Wesson P something or other, I can't remember. But anyway, it was nice and it was a cool gun. Honestly, if I lived in America, those guitars on the wall wouldn't be guitars. They would be full-on guns. Like AR-15s or G36s. That's what would be there. Would you want a sim race together one day? Your experience and top-of-the-line equipment versus my casual sim time and 10-year-old wheel. Let's just get one thing out the way. Just because I've got expensive gear does not mean that makes me a faster driver. You can be just as fast as somebody with a controller. If you guys are interested, I have a video on my other channel where I compare a $50 gamepad to my $3,000 rig, and I was only probably less than half a second slower on the gamepad. But if you guys are interested in racing, then I will be trying to do some like public event community races over on my second channel. If you could race versus anyone, who would it be? Jenson Button. Easily. Honestly, Jenson Button is my favorite Formula 1 driver out of the lot. 1, he's a total gentleman. 2, he was the underdog for so many years and everybody doubted him. And 3, he fought through that and he climbed his way to the top and became world champion in 2009. So yeah, that's who I would race. But anyway, that's all of the questions so far. Anyway guys, thank you so much for all your questions. All these questions were taken from Twitter. There's a link to my Twitter down below, so go and follow me there. And go and follow me on Instagram. There's also a link in the description. And just a quick reminder, yes, we have new merch in the merch store available. Go snag yourself some. And if you also want to support this channel and help me make better videos, then do consider subscribing to my Patreon. Paying patrons get exclusive goodies and rewards, from which I've heard they are very nice. It helps me out and it gives you something back, so it's a win-win. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the future video. Have a good night, everybody.